Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So as you saw by the title of this video, we are going to be doing a little DIY art project. And the art project are these frames that I have back here. They're super easy to make, very inexpensive, and like it doesn't even take that much time. And I think it's just, they look very kind of elegant and modern. So I hope you guys like them enough to want to also include them in your home. So let's get started. So before we get started, here is kind of a full glimpse of the whole little setup here with my couch, this gigantic mirror, and I still have not put my other lamp on that side, but of course there'll be a matching lamp just like this setup over here, so they'll mirror each other. But yeah, this is kind of the setup, and each of the pictures, of course, it's its own individual little ink blot. It does not, of course, you know, they're not exactly the same. And here is the other side. There's me. Here's the other side. Like I said, I can't talk. None of them are exactly the same. So anyways, what do you guys see in these ink blots? I think those kind of look like mermaids. That one kind of looks like an explosion. And that one I think looks like a pelvis. I don't know. That's what I see. But anyways, let's get started on the project. Okay guys, so I'm gonna kind of run through the supplies that you'll need first. If you can, get the picture frames that you want to use first. And I will link the picture frames that I showed you. Like I said, they're from IKEA. They're very inexpensive. I think they were only like $5. And the size that I got were the 9x12s. And then a couple other things that you'll need is just some paint. This is just acrylic craft paint. I got the color jet black, and they also have just like plain black or some other, whatever color you want to get. You can even do different colors. It's up to you. This little bottle is from Walmart, and I believe it was only like 85 cents. So very inexpensive. Another thing you'll need is wax paper. I do not have any wax paper right now, so I'm gonna make this parchment paper work for me. They're similar, but I feel like the wax paper just works a little bit easier. So if you can, grab some wax paper, scissors, and for the sake of the video, this book is going to be my picture frame, which, by the way, if you haven't read this book, it's really good. And then you'll need some paper. So I bought this big poster board, also from Walmart. I think this one was only 88 cents. What size is this? This is a 22x28. It's just the Walmart brand pen and gear. And it has like a matte side and a shiny side, so it depends on you what side you want to use. I prefer using the matte side, not the shiny side. And sadly, sometimes they stick the sticker right on the side that you want to use, but that's okay. You can just buy another poster board depending on what size you want to make your artwork. So anyways, I'm gonna put you guys a little bit further down so you can see what I am doing. Okay, so here is my poster board. Like I said, that my side with the sticker is the matte side, so that's what I want to use. And if you already have your picture frame, it'll be a lot easier to measure out the size, because what I normally do is just grab the book, kind of line it up with the poster board. Hope you guys can see okay there. Oops, sorry, I bumped you. And then you just cut around the book. You can trace it first. I might trace it to make it a little bit easier, so hold on. Okay, so I forgot to mention one thing, a pen also, or pencil would be handy for this project as well too. So just trace your quote unquote picture frame. There you, oh, that didn't trace very well. Let me try it one more time because my pen apparently was not working very well. Oh, there we go. Let's try it one more time. Make sure I'm writing. I think I got it this time. There we go. And it doesn't have to be perfect. I mean, it's just an outline. That's better. Now, if your picture frame has like one of those border mats like my picture frame does that has the picture more so centered, all you do is take that mat outside of the picture frame itself, and then you can kind of course, you know, put it on this same poster board, and then you could do like little dots to just mark like where the corners of that mat is. That way when you lay down your paint, your ink blot, you get it right in the center to where you can lay that mat down and put it in the picture frame and it'll look right, if that makes any sense. But anyways, so just cut out your poster. And it's okay if, of course, the lines aren't perfect. Same thing with the tracing, because all of this is going to be hidden behind the frame anyways, so it does not matter at all. We'll just cut it out. Whoop. Okay, so there's my poster board, the size of my picture frame. And for the sake of this video, again, I'm just gonna pretend like I have a little inner mat right about here. So you see what I'm talking about? You take that mat out of your picture frame, you lay it down, and you can see that inner square where you can see the picture in the picture frame. So you can see those little markings that I did right there. That's where my picture frame is gonna go. Now, for the fun part, I'm gonna set that aside for the moment. I'm gonna kind of keep that because that's what I'm gonna be using. I'm done with that poster board because I'm not gonna do all of it. I'm just gonna show you guys. So take your parchment paper, cut out a good size. Again, doesn't have to be huge, kind of, you know, measure it by, you know, your picture frame like this. Obviously it's gonna be too big for mine, so I'm gonna actually cut this in half. And it does not have to be perfect whatsoever. None of this has to be perfect. Also, if you're wondering why I use scissors to cut it, because these little edges do not want to rip my parchment paper, so I just use scissors. Okay, so now, and this is how you prevent also creasing your actual picture that's going to be displayed in your picture frame. So you just take your little paint and you do, well, let me do it on this side, it might be easier to fold. Just little squiggles, a drop there, whatever, just randomly like put paint on the paper. And then you fold this paper to kind of get your design there. And you can kind of even manipulate it once you fold the paper. Like if you want it a little bit bigger, spread it out, whatever, you can kind of do that to get your ink blot. So whenever you open it up, there's your ink blot. If you don't like it, you can do a little bit more paint, like say if I want to add another little line there, whatever, and then fold it back up again and see if maybe you like that a little bit better. Or you can just keep doing enough, you know, paint, or just keep reusing your wax paper until you get an ink blot that you really like. So now you take your poster board, and I'm gonna kind of see, again, looking at my little dots, you know, where my mat is gonna be, where my picture is actually gonna show up. I'm gonna try to line it up as best as, this paper is actually a little too big, I'm noticing, because if this were like the real actual mat, it would be too big of an ink blot for my frame. But it's okay, like I said, it's a lot easier when you actually have the correct measurements that you're using. Like those dots I just made up. So anyways, you just lay down your wax paper on your poster board, and like I was doing, just kind of lightly tapping it down so you can transfer that paint onto your poster board. So this is why we use the wax paper, so we don't fold our paper that we actually want to display. Because even though, I mean, if you know, you could see the fold if you put the paper like that into the picture frame. And then you just lift up the paper. And there you have it. You can put it, you know, whichever way, this way or upside down, whatever. And that is your ink blot. And like I said, see, if I were to put it in my frame, since it's outside of my little dots, where I notice like this whole part would be covered by my picture frame. So just be cautious if your picture frame has a mat, that you stay inside the line. So be a little bit more cautious of what size you cut your wax paper. That way you assure that it's gonna fit inside your picture frame correctly, if that makes sense again. So anyways, and then you just set this aside and let it dry. And like I said, it depends on your picture frame, you know, how big you're gonna cut the squares, how many poster boards you're gonna use. So yeah, it just all depends on what you know, what size frame that you're looking at for yourself and for your home. But anyways, that is pretty much it. Like I said, super easy, just a handful of supplies. The most expensive part is the picture frame themselves, but even so, just looking around, you can find some really inexpensive ones. Like I said, I bought mine from IKEA. And I also will link the lamps above my picture frame. Those are battery powered, actually battery powered like sconces. If you guys are interested in buying those as well too. Again, super inexpensive, bought them from Amazon. I'll link them if you guys are interested. But anyways, that is pretty much today's video. I hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions, comments, whatever, leave them down below for me. And if you like this video, please subscribe and come back for more. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.